Practicing self-love requires or demand a lot of letting go, of honoring life as it is, having a sense of reverence and respect for what is as it is, beginning with your sense of self, meaning your ways of reasoning, your ways of thinking, your mindset, your patterns, your emotions, your approach, your decision making, your ways. You honor everything. Okay, this is the basic of self-love. You honor your sense of existence as it is. You understand? And self-love is beyond the ego state. Okay, it's never about me, and what I want must be done in this way because I say so. That is not about self-love. Self-love has gone beyond that state of me, which stems from the ego. Self-love is, I'm aware that I am part of something bigger that has laws and principles that brings about life experiences to take place, that bigger thing. I'm aware I'm not just an ego that is founded by conditions, concepts, beliefs, ways of being, standards of living, programming, education, religion, you name it, cultic, occult, whatever. Okay, like there's difference between when you're actually practicing self-love, you are actually dying to your own ego. Let's just be realistic. You are literally dying to your own ego. But your dying is not about, bashing your ego or finding bad things about your ego or loopholes in what is necessary. Not, no. Self-love encourages inclusiveness and openness of the mind, where an individual is open and willing to meet life where it is, however life is. Do you understand? However you may, beginning with yourself. Today you find yourself, your energy is low. With self-love, you acknowledge and embrace what is as it is. That's self-love. You acknowledge, this is what I'm feeling, this is how I appear, this is what I'm actually going through, and you accept that, and you just kind of like let go. Okay? With the ego, you might try to deny it, you try to find a way to make it disappear, get rid of it, because in your ego mind, you have a certain way in which you associate your sense of self as. Maybe being low and down isn't something that you associate yourself with. Therefore, you find any excuse to get rid of feeling like that, because to your programming, your mindset, being low and down and feeling like doing nothing or just, feeling you have energy is an issue. That's an ego. Okay? Self-love, being low, being high, being active, being inactive makes no difference. That's a state of self-loved human being. Okay? The ups and downs of your human nature makes no difference. Yet they are being seen, they are being received, they are being acknowledged, accepted as they are. That is self-love way. Okay? Which is connected to your soul way, because soul is that state of overall that has the power to see things as they are, and also the understanding of why things come to be in the way they are. So self-love is a via to your soul's way. It's connected, but it's between ego and your higher self. Okay, so in order for you to get to self-love, you need to be aware of your own ego and your own ego's patterns, your own ego's way, before you get to the soul's way. Okay, So self-love is the via that takes you from ego state to the state of your higher self. This is where we call God, spirit, ancestors, you name it. Okay? Universe, that's the higher self. The higher self is the one who have the lens that has the power to see the interconnectedness of all that there is, beginning with you, your way of reasoning, your actions, your patterns, and why and where they come from, and why you tend to handle things in the way you do. Okay? So higher self has all the information, has all the understanding that you as an ego is limited to get into that information. So self-love is a middle way that is going to help you to get there. Okay? It connects you. Okay? Hence many, people who tend to have issues with life tend to feel disconnected. It's because the ego by nature is designed in a way that is limited to get access to the higher information, which is able to liberate the ego. Okay? Hence, people who have self-actualized true self-love are able to feel connected with life as a whole. They're able to accommodate their own egos, patterns. They're no longer at war with themselves, no longer at war with other people, no longer conflicted, confused, desperate, feeling hopeless, wondering, waiting, wanting, desiring, and all that stuff. Because these people have reached that state of mind where it's have self-actualized is actually you getting to know that state of ego from a holistic state of seeing. Okay? And that's how you get the sense of self-actualized, because you are now integrating the ego, because the ego comes in dualistic ways, the extreme polarities, the good and bad, the right and wrong, the yin and yang, you name masculine and feminine, that is all in ego. With self-actualization, through self-love, you get an opportunity to experience what it's like to be whole, to see things from a limitless state of seeing, because now you've been seeing things from a limited state of seeing that limits you from seeing things from the bigger perspective. Okay. Wow. I guess that's what we wanted to hold space for, because nothing else is coming. Yeah. Okay. Love and light. Bye.